There is a precise vibrational reason why these words found you today. At some level of your consciousness, you called for this. A sign, a reminder, a direction to reconnect with something you've always known but somehow forgot. We live in an age where many seek the heavens, the higher realms, the masters, the transcendental. Yet Thoth, the ancient Egyptian scribe of the gods, left us a message that turns this idea upside down. Forget the heavens, and you'll find the gate within. An enigmatic phrase that has crossed millennia, reminding those who can truly hear that the sacred temple is not above, it's within. Today, we will decode this mystery, not only through mysticism, but through science. Because modern physics and neuroscience now confirm what the ancient ones already knew. Consciousness is the organizing force of the universe. When you truly understand this, you'll realize there's nothing to reach, only something to remember. Before we continue, subscribe to this channel. This is not about engagement metrics. It's about joining a collective expansion of awareness. Each new subscriber adds a new frequency to the global field. Each like and comment becomes a vibrational ripple in humanity's quantum consciousness. And the more people awaken, the brighter the planet becomes. From this moment on, I won't lead you through dogmas, but through keys of perception. We'll explore who Thoth really was, the master of Hermetic wisdom, the keeper of time and the creative word, and why his message is a precise roadmap to awakening. We'll also dive into neuroscience and quantum physics, because the mystery of the inner gate lies in how the brain interprets, projects, and creates reality itself. So, take a deep breath. You are about to cross a threshold of understanding, a place where spirituality and science are no longer opposites, but reflections of the same truth. The divine is not a place you go to, but a state that manifests when your inner world aligns with the whole. And perhaps, when this journey ends, you'll realize there was never a gate to find, because the gate has always been you. To understand what Thoth truly meant, we must first understand who he was and what he represents. Historically, Thoth was revered in ancient Egypt as the god of wisdom, writing, and the measurement of time. In hieroglyphs, he appears with the head of an ibis, a symbol of divine intelligence, capable of diving into the mud to retrieve the pearl of knowledge. But beyond mythology, Thoth represents something deeper, not a deity outside of us, but the archetype of universal consciousness, the principle that unites mind, language, and creation. Hermetic teachings derived from his name claim that the universe is mental, that everything begins as thought before taking form as matter. This ancient view finds surprising resonance in modern physics. Max Planck, the father of quantum theory, once said, "Matter as such does not exist. All matter originates and exists only by virtue of a force that brings particles into vibration, and we must assume behind this force the existence of a conscious mind. In other words, the universe is a conscious thought, and you are part of that thought." When Thoth says, "Forget the heavens," he's confronting a powerful illusion, the belief that the sacred lies far away, reserved for the chosen, hidden above the clouds or in some untouchable realm. That belief creates separation, and separation is the root of spiritual suffering. True ascension, according to Thoth, is not vertical, it is inward. It happens when you move the center of your search from the infinite out there to the infinite in here. Neuroscience today offers tangible evidence. When you enter deep meditative states, high coherence gamma waves synchronize brain regions that normally operate separately. This synchronization produces an expanded perception of unity, a feeling of coming home. It's the same phenomenon ancient texts describe as opening the heart's gate. Not a physical gate, but a vibrational field of coherence, To forget the heavens, then, is not to reject transcendence. It's to transcend the idea of distance itself. Thoth's message is that enlightenment is not a destination. It's a state of alignment. It's not about leaving Earth. It's about bringing the divine into Earth, into the body, the breath, the living experience. Real spirituality isn't an escape from reality. It's a radical immersion in it. You don't awaken by running from the world, but by realizing the world is your own reflection. Once you see that clearly, heaven stops being a place and becomes a frequency. Forget the heavens. At first, this phrase sounds almost blasphemous. After all, every spiritual tradition, in one way or another, points upward. The sky has always symbolized the sacred, the realm of gods and purified souls. Yet Thoth flips the direction of the search, revealing one of the deepest secrets of consciousness. Everything you project upward, you push away from yourself. For thousands of years, the human mind has been conditioned to seek outside what exists only within. We look for light in masters, angels, and entities, forgetting that the channel of that light is our own body. When Thoth says, "Forget the heavens," he means abandon the distance, dissolve the idea that separates you from the divine. As long as you believe enlightenment is somewhere beyond you, it will always remain out of reach. The seeker becomes trapped in the endless act of seeking. In psychology, this is known as transcendental projection, the unconscious habit of attributing to the outside what one refuses to see within. Projecting the divine outward is a subtle form of avoiding self-knowledge. The mind fears the inward gaze because it knows that to look within is to shed all illusions of identity. Quantum physics helps illuminate this truth. The observer is not separate from what is observed. Reality, as demonstrated in the double-slit experiments, responds to the consciousness that perceives it. When you place the divine outside of yourself, you literally create a universe where it is outside. But when you turn your gaze inward, recognizing that observer and observed are one field, the gate opens and distance disappears. Here begins true spirituality, realizing that heaven was never above, but asleep within the human consciousness. To forget the heavens is to remember the center. It is to stop seeking and start vibrating, to move from pleading prayer to resonant creation, to recognize that God, the source, the field, is not watching you from the outside, but watching itself through you. Thoth's phrase, then, is not a denial of divinity. It is the boldest invitation ever given to humanity, to become the living temple through which the divine expresses itself. Nothing could be more revolutionary or more simple. When Thoth speaks of finding the gate within, he's not referring to a physical place, but to a field of consciousness vibrating within every human being. This field is invisible to the eyes, yet measurable by science. For instance, the heart generates an electromagnetic field up to 5,000 times stronger than that of the brain. This field extends beyond the body, interacting with the environment and other people. Here, spirituality and science finally meet, what the ancients called the aura, or etheric field. Modern research now calls the electromagnetic coherence field. When the mind, heart, and body fall into harmony, that field becomes coherent. You can feel it. Your presence deepens, perception sharpens, intuition becomes precise. It's the same state reported by monks in deep meditation, mystics in ecstasy, or scientists in moments of creative revelation. In those moments, you're not accessing something outside of you. You're aligning with the matrix of the universe within you. Hermetic texts declare, as within, so without, as without, so within. That is the key to the gate. The inner field is the quantum template of outer reality. The universe does not respond to what you say you want. It responds to what you are, to the dominant vibration your field emits. And when you learn to modulate that vibration consciously, you stop reacting to reality and start encoding it. Neuroscience explains this through neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reshape itself according to repeated patterns of thought and emotion. When you meditate, pray, or simply dwell in gratitude and presence, you activate new neural networks that signal the body to embody a new energetic signature. Over time, the field responds. It's as if the universe recognizes a vibrational password, and the gate opens. Thoth called this the middle path of the mind and the heart. It's the moment when thought becomes energy and energy becomes creation. The human realizes they are at once the observer, the creator, and the field itself. The true temple, therefore, is not built of stone or gold. It's woven of consciousness. Every cell, every breath, every thought is a brick in the architecture of your inner universe. And when you honor that temple with coherence and awareness, the divine reveals itself, not as a distant promise, but as a living frequency, here and now. Pause for a moment. Breathe. If you've reached this point, there's something within you that's ready to awaken, not just curiosity, but a deep inner intelligence beginning to stir. Very few people make it this far with full attention. Most consume spiritual knowledge the way one collects theories. But Thoth didn't speak to collectors. He spoke to travelers of consciousness. What we're exploring here is not metaphor. It's a map to humanity's most forgotten power, the conscious creation of reality. And perhaps that's why this message found you. Not because you need to believe it, but because it's time to remember. Up to now, we've spoken about the paradox of seeking, how the heavens symbolize separation, and how the true temple lies within your inner field. Now, you're about to understand how that field moves, communicates, and how your vibration can open the very gate Thoth described. But before that, there's something essential you must know. The affirmations you write, whether here in the comments or in your personal journal, are more than words. They are vibrational codes. When you write, read, and repeat them consciously, you create an energetic circuit that reprograms your mind and anchors that new timeline into your field. So when I ask you to comment, it's not about engagement. It's about feeding the collective flow of consciousness. It's an exercise in anchoring. Daily repetition transforms vibration into identity. If you wish to seal this understanding now, write, here, or privately. I consciously choose the frequency that creates my world. Repeat this phrase for the next few days, aloud or in silence. Let it become the soundtrack of your vibrational field, because each time you speak it, the universe rearranges itself around that new coherence, and gradually, everything that doesn't resonate with it dissolves, naturally, effortlessly. Remember, what we're building here is not content. It's a field. And that field exists because you are within it, breathing, vibrating, co-creating. Now that you've anchored this truth, prepare yourself. In the next part, you will learn the vibrational language of the inner gate, the frequency through which the universe communicates with you and determines the flow of your entire reality. The universe does not speak in words, it speaks in frequency. Vibration is the primal language. Before sound exists, there is a pattern of energy. Before thought arises, there is a silent intention. That intention shapes the field. Every emotion you feel is a code your field emits to the universe. Joy, gratitude, and love produce waves of high coherence. Fear, guilt, and resistance create chaotic patterns that disrupt the creative flow of consciousness. The inner gate Thoth described isn't opened by complex rituals or sacred words, but by specific vibrational states. The key is not what you do, it's how you vibrate as you do it. Quantum physics describes the universe as a sea of possibilities, a field of infinite potential in superposition, collapsing into form through observation. But what is the observer? It's consciousness, not merely the act of seeing, but the act of feeling and assigning meaning. The universe doesn't respond to vision, it responds to the emotion behind the vision. That's why mere visualization rarely works. The mind imagines, but the heart vibrates in contradiction, and the field becomes confused. When emotion and intention align, something extraordinary happens. Heart coherence, a state where the heart, brain, and nervous system vibrate in harmony. Studies from the HeartMath Institute show that in this state, the heart's electromagnetic field expands and influences the surrounding environment. Ancient masters knew this intuitively. When they prayed, they didn't ask. They vibrated the result as if it already existed. They didn't wait for an answer. They became the answer. That is what Thoth meant by the gate within. The gate is not a passage to another world. It is a shift in frequency within the same world. It opens when thought, emotion, and action become coherent. When you stop vibrating in lack and begin to vibrate in wholeness. When you stop seeking heaven and begin to emanate heaven from within. At that point, the divine ceases to be belief and becomes phenomenon. Because the field, that invisible ocean surrounding all things, responds only to what is vibrated with truth, and the universe recognizes truth not through logic, but through resonance. What you feel deeply becomes real, for the field can only return what matches your dominant frequency. That's why Thoth said the true magician doesn't manipulate outer forces, he tunes into the inner law. The magician doesn't ask, he remembers. And when he remembers, the universe reorganizes around that remembrance. Even when we understand the theory of the inner field, subtle forces still keep us away from directly experiencing the gate. Thoth said wisdom is not about accumulating knowledge, but about releasing the illusions that block true vision. These illusions are the three fundamental errors that interrupt the flow of consciousness. The first is the external search for the divine. It's the impulse to look for answers in masters, books, techniques, or rituals, believing the key lies somewhere else. But the true master is not the one who shows you something new, but the one who helps you remember what you already know. When the mind endlessly seeks upward, it loses the ability to sense what silently vibrates within the heart. It's like light. The tighter you try to grasp it, the faster it slips away. The path, then, is return, not isolation from the world, but recognition that the world mirrors your inner state. What you seek is seeking you, but it can only find you in stillness. The second error is the enlightened ego, the subtlest trap on the path. It happens when the seeker, after some progress, begins to identify with their own awakening and creates a new persona, the awakened one. But the enlightened ego is only the old ego dressed in white robes. It still needs to be admired, right, and special. The result is vibrational stagnation, believing one has arrived, and the flow stops. Thoth called it the mirror that falls in love with its own reflection. The antidote is cosmic humility, understanding that consciousness has no end. There are always deeper layers to integrate. The truly awakened one doesn't see themselves as above, but as within. The third error is emotional disconnection. Many try to access the gate through the mind, forgetting that the heart is the true guardian of the passage. When emotions are suppressed or denied, the field fragments. The body, which is the temple, ceases to be inhabited with presence. But emotion, from the Latin emovere, to move outward, is energy in motion. It is not the enemy of spirituality. It is the fuel of transformation. Sadness, when embraced, turns into compassion. Anger, when understood, becomes creative power. Fear, when illuminated, dissolves into wisdom. No block can withstand the conscious acceptance of emotion. To accept is to integrate, and to integrate is to return to the center, to the gate. These three errors, external seeking, the enlightened ego, and emotional disconnection, are like veils over the light. They don't destroy the gate, they simply cover it. And when the seeker sees them clearly, without judgment, something begins to open, because the gate was never locked. It was simply waiting for you to stop trying to break it open and realize you were the key all along. Knowing the gate is within is only the first step. True awakening happens when that knowledge becomes living experience, when body, mind, and heart move as one. Thoth said, "Knowledge becomes power only when it is breathed." That's the secret. Wisdom must be embodied, not merely understood. The first practice is coherence breathing. It aligns the electromagnetic field of the heart with the rhythm of the brain, creating a state of harmony that opens perception. Sit comfortably. Close your eyes. Inhale slowly through your nose for about 5 seconds. Exhale through your nose for the same length. As you breathe, imagine the air flowing in and out through the center of your chest, not your lungs. With each cycle, feel your heart becoming a radiant sun of light. Practice for 5 minutes. You'll feel a subtle expansion of awareness, the field reorganizing itself. The second practice is coherent visualization. With your heart stabilized, imagine a reality you wish to live, not as something distant, but as if it already exists. Feel it in your body. How does it feel to wake up there? What are the sounds, the smells, the dominant emotion? Stay in that vibration without forcing, simply vibrating the experience as real. Quantum physics teaches that the wave function collapses when coherence occurs between observer and event. In that moment, you become the conscious creator of your reality. The third practice is intentional silence. Throughout the day, take a few minutes to remain in complete stillness. No seeking, no mantra, just awareness. In that silence, the field recalibrates. Mental noise dissolves, giving way to pure informational energy. Thoth called it the sound behind silence, the state in which the gate remains open effortlessly, sustained by the quality of your presence. And finally, the simplest and most powerful practice, active gratitude. Give thanks before you see. Give thanks before you receive. Give thanks before you understand. Because gratitude is the vibrational signature of certainty. It is the frequency of "it already is," and the universe does not distinguish between what is real and what is felt as real. It responds to the dominant vibration of coherence and wholeness. These are not isolated techniques, but expressions of the same gate. Breath, visualization, silence, and gratitude are 4 doors leading to the same center, the point where the human and the divine merge into one field of consciousness. And that center is where Thoth lives, not as a distant deity, but as the vibration of wisdom awakening within every being who remembers. Thoth did not come to Earth to found a religion, but to deliver a reminder, a message that still echoes today. The heaven you seek is not above your head. It pulses within your heart. The gate so many search for between dimensions is not a doorway in space-time. It is the opening of consciousness when it recognizes itself as the whole. Forget the heavens, and you'll find the gate within. Now, perhaps you understand the power of those words. To forget the heavens is to free yourself from the illusion of distance. It is to stop seeking God in the stars and begin to feel Him vibrating in every cell. Every breath becomes a sacrament, every thought a form of prayer. True awakening doesn't happen in temples or distant galaxies. It happens the moment you remember yourself as an expression of the universe itself. Science calls this quantum coherence. Spirituality calls it enlightenment. Thoth called it the return of the inner magician. They all describe the same thing, the fusion of the human and the divine. When you breathe with presence, feel with truth, and create with awareness, the gate opens naturally, and heaven manifests on earth through you. From this moment on, bring this teaching into your daily life. Upon waking, practice coherence breathing. Throughout the day, observe your thoughts and emotions as if tending a living altar. Before sleep, give thanks for what you have not yet seen, and watch how the field responds in synchronicities, in perfect coincidences, in moments of inspiration. Nothing is random. Everything is vibration in motion. And whenever you doubt, repeat, I consciously choose the frequency that creates my world. This phrase is a key, not just a mantra, but a vibrational code capable of realigning your field. Use it when you feel lost or afraid. It will remind you where the true gate lies. If this message resonated with you, share it. Help expand this field of consciousness, because every awakened soul illuminates hundreds of others. Leave your comment, your vibration, your testimony, not for engagement, but because your energy is part of this collective creation. And remember, the highest timeline is not a place in the future. It is a state of being, available here and now. May you walk in peace, clarity, and love. And when you look within, may you find not emptiness, but an entire universe waiting to manifest through you. Until the next awakening.